Welcome back to Dinar Community Channel. The global financial landscape has been shaken by the end of the unprecedented foreign exchange blackout, a coordinated event that silenced trading screens, halted currency updates, and left investors across the world in suspense. Now, with the blackout officially lifted, the long-anticipated unveiling of the new Iraqi dinar rates has arrived, igniting both shockwaves and jubilation throughout financial markets. What was once a quiet speculation confined to currency forums and niche investor circles has suddenly erupted into the mainstream, with the dinar's rates finally appearing on international screens after years of waiting. The conclusion of this blackout is not just another footnote in the world of Forex, it is a historic inflection point that has revealed the scale of planning and coordination behind one of the most significant monetary resets in modern history. For years, whispers and unconfirmed reports circulated about Iraq's efforts to reinstate its currency to former glory. The nation, long hindered by sanctions, wars, and political instability, had quietly been restructuring its economy, strengthening oil revenues, and building foreign reserves. Those following the story closely understood that Iraq was aligning itself with global standards, waiting for the perfect moment to reintroduce the dinar at rates that reflected its true economic capacity. Yet few could have predicted the drama that would unfold through a worldwide foreign exchange blackout that froze traders in place. For days, investors stared at blank screens, with no live updates, no tickers, and no access to the usual liquidity that defines the FX market. It was a strategic silence, one that left even the most seasoned bankers guessing what was happening behind the curtain. When the blackout ended, the answer came in the form of new IQD rates appearing simultaneously across multiple global platforms. Reports confirm that the Iraqi dinar now reflects values previously discussed only in speculation, with numbers far surpassing the stagnant post-2003 rates that had devalued the nation's wealth. Screens began lighting up with rates in the $4 to $7 range, instantly shifting the balance of expectations for both small holders of dinar and major financial institutions. Banks reported surges in customer calls, with many requesting appointments for exchanges, while Forex trading platforms registered unprecedented spikes in traffic. The unveiling of these rates has validated years of anticipation, proving that Iraq's currency reform was never just a dream but a carefully orchestrated financial maneuver supported by international partners. The end of the blackout revealed more than just numbers, it revealed intent. Financial insiders point to the timing as deliberate. Iraq's announcement aligns with broader moves in the Middle East, where oil-producing nations are seeking to diversify revenue streams and assert stronger influence on global markets. Iraq, holding the world's fifth-largest oil reserves, has long been considered a sleeping giant. The reinstatement of its currency at competitive levels now positions it as a central player in regional and global economics. Analysts argue that this was not simply a national decision but a multinational agreement, with global banks, the International Monetary Fund, and key allies all providing backing to ensure a smooth transition. The very use of a Forex blackout, a rare but powerful tool, suggests that the process required secrecy and synchronization at levels rarely seen. In Iraq itself, the unveiling of the new dinar rates was met with a sense of national pride. Citizens who had lived through decades of economic uncertainty and inflation now saw their currency restored to a level of strength that promised stability and opportunity. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani addressed the nation, confirming that the revaluation was part of a broader reform plan designed to modernize Iraq's economy, attract foreign investment, and give citizens renewed faith in their financial system. The government stressed that this was not a temporary spike but the beginning of a sustained financial era in which the dinar would reflect the real productivity and wealth of the nation. Iraqis flooded banks and exchange centers, some exchanging old notes for the newly recognized rates, while others held on, believing the value could climb even higher as the international community fully absorbs the shock. Internationally, reactions have been mixed but undeniably intense. Some traders celebrated the transparency that followed the blackout, finally having concrete numbers to work with. Others criticized the lack of access during the silent period, arguing that investors should not be locked out of their own funds in such sweeping decisions. Yet most agreed that the move demonstrated foresight. By cutting off access during the rate adjustment, global financial leaders prevented speculative runs, manipulation, and panic-driven market behavior. When the rates were finally unveiled, they appeared in unison, reducing chaos and giving the market a clear, consistent reference point. This level of coordination is rare and may set a precedent for future currency events in emerging economies. The dinar's unveiling has had ripple effects across related currencies, particularly the Vietnamese dong and the Zimbabwean dollar, both of which have long been subjects of speculation about future revaluations. Traders immediately began comparing their holdings, questioning whether similar blackouts might one day occur for those currencies. While no official confirmation has been given, the mere possibility of coordinated adjustments has injected new energy into markets that were once considered speculative sidelines. The dinar's success in breaking through to globally recognized, competitive rates provides a model that could embolden other nations to pursue similar resets under the right conditions. Banking institutions in the United States, Europe, and the Middle East are now rolling out structured exchange programs, designed to manage the influx of customers seeking to convert dinars into local currencies. Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, and HSBC have all reported setting up internal task forces to handle the volume, with many locations experiencing long lines and packed lobbies. Some banks have established appointment-only systems to maintain order and security. Security, in fact, has become one of the top concerns. With such dramatic increases in value, holders of physical dinar are being advised to exercise caution, avoid scams, and only use official banking channels. Governments and banks alike are reminding investors that while the new rates are legitimate, fraudsters will inevitably attempt to exploit the chaos. One of the more intriguing aspects of this event has been the psychological impact on those who held dinar for years, often mocked as conspiracy theorists or naive speculators. For over a decade, online communities debated the potential of an Iraqi currency revaluation, only to face skepticism from mainstream financial commentators. The end of the Forex Blackout has vindicated these groups, transforming what was once a fringe belief into a global reality. Many early investors now find themselves in life-changing financial positions, with the ability to pay off debts, fund businesses, or secure their retirements. For them, this moment is not only about profit but about vindication after years of doubt and dismissal. Economists caution, however, that the revaluation, while historic, comes with challenges. Iraq must now navigate a flood of capital, stabilize its financial infrastructure, and prevent runaway inflation that could arise from sudden currency strength. The Central Bank of Iraq has assured citizens and investors alike that safeguards are in place, including controlled money supply, international reserves, and strict oversight of banking operations. Furthermore, Iraq has been modernizing its financial sector for years, introducing digital payment systems, improving anti-money laundering protocols, and strengthening its ties with global institutions. These measures, officials claim, will ensure that the dinar's new value is sustainable rather than a short-lived surge. The broader global implications are only beginning to unfold. The unveiling of the IQD rates after the blackout demonstrates that currency reform can be executed in a way that minimizes chaos, provided there is international cooperation. It also underscores the importance of resource-rich nations asserting fair value for their currencies. In a world where oil, natural gas, and minerals remain critical to economic survival, countries like Iraq now have the tools and partnerships to demand recognition of their true economic weight. This challenges the dominance of traditional reserve currencies like the US dollar and the euro, hinting at a gradual shift toward a more multipolar monetary world. As news spreads, the financial press is scrambling to keep up. Headlines dominate outlets from Bloomberg to Reuters, with commentators analyzing every angle, from geopolitical consequences to individual wealth stories. Social media has exploded with photos of exchange centers, screenshots of new forex rates, and personal testimonies from investors who cashed out at life-changing levels. The narrative has shifted dramatically. What was once considered improbable has become undeniable. The dinar is no longer a footnote of post-war reconstruction, it is now front and center in the global economic conversation. Perhaps most significantly, the end of the foreign exchange blackout and the unveiling of the new Iraqi dinar rates has reignited faith in the possibility of financial transformation. For millions worldwide, this event has become a symbol that dramatic change is possible, even when the odds seem stacked against it. It highlights the power of patience, preparation, and coordinated action in achieving outcomes once thought impossible. The dinar's rise is not merely a financial story, it is a narrative of national resilience, international collaboration, and the enduring hope that new beginnings are always within reach. The journey ahead will not be without obstacles. Iraq faces political divisions, regional tensions, and the constant challenge of balancing its oil-dependent economy with diversification efforts. Yet the unveiling of the IQD rates provides a foundation for a brighter economic future, both for Iraq and for those around the world who believed in its potential. As the dust settles from the blackout, what remains is a renewed sense of possibility, a recognition that the financial world is far from static, and a reminder that history can change overnight. For those who held on through the long wait, the unveiling of the IQD rates marks not just the end of a blackout, but the beginning of a new era. For the world at large, it is a wake-up call that the global monetary system is more dynamic and unpredictable than many imagined. And for Iraq, it is the long-awaited moment of re-emergence, with its currency finally reflecting the wealth and strength of its nation. Like and subscribe for more videos.